Dawn Lambert, and today I'm going to be sharing some essential tips on evaluating lakefront properties. Whether you're buying your first lake house or raw land to build your dream house, or just looking to invest, you'll find this information incredibly valuable. So let's dive right in. It's important to understand lakefront property. I have owned lakefront property for two different lakes for 25 years, and that it was in two different states. And as a professional realtor, I know what it takes to evaluate lake and land properties. So let's start by defining what truly makes a property lakefront and why these homes command a premium. For many, it's direct access to the water and the lifestyle that comes with it. So there are key factors to consider. Detailed rules as far as the length of waterfront are required in order to build a boat dock. Here at Smith Mountain Lake, Virginia, it depends on when the lot or the subdivision was incorporated and deeded. And that length of shoreline dictates how large a dock that you can build. Let me know if you have any questions exactly on the dates of the property that you're looking at, and we can give you more details on that. Zoning and regulations and access rights. So understanding the local zoning laws are crucial. These laws will affect the property boundaries and your access to the water. Properties are subject to zoning codes that dictate everything from the type of structure that you build and the activities permitted on the property, especially if it touches water or lakefront property. For that lakefront property, this could include restrictions on vegetation removal, tree removal at the shoreline, setbacks at the shoreline and from neighboring properties, as well as restrictions on dock sizes and even the type of landscaping that is permitted by the water. So specific zoning district, how they affect lakefront properties. Most lakefront properties at Smith Mountain Lake are zoned R1, which is residential, or it could be RPD, which is a residential planned district. These districts are designed to preserve the residential character of lakeside communities, maintaining tranquility and aesthetic quality. The R1 district generally allows single-family dwellings and has specific guidelines on the minimum lot size, maximum building height, and understanding these will help you determine how much you can expand or modify a lakefront home. RPD, on the other hand, may have different rules regarding property size and density and development of use, which could be crucial to what you're looking for, especially for larger development properties or even developing a small community. Also, there is the zoning of A1, which is agricultural zoning, and that allows a little bit more lax restrictions, I guess I would say, but also for larger parcels of property, so less dense zoning. Permitting and development. Here at Smith Mountain Lake, the lake is so large it encompasses 3 different counties. The main 2 counties are Franklin County and Bedford County. Now, Bedford County does have different requirements for permits, especially concerning docks, seawalls, and other water-related structures. These permits are crucial for anyone looking to customize their lakefront property or invest as a short-term rental. If your goal is for investment property for short-term rental, it's a very complex situation as far as what parts of the lake and the counties, and even down to the individual neighborhoods, will permit short-term rentals. So that's something that I could provide more detail about. If you look at the information below, you can contact me with more specific questions. Now, moving on, when purchasing lakefront property that spans both counties, it's essential to understand the zoning codes that are applicable to that specific part of your property, because compliance with one county does not necessarily mean compliance with another county, and vice versa. Building codes, building restrictions are very different in the different counties. Next up, let's talk about water quality and usage. The quality of the water and what activities it supports, like boating or fishing, significantly will impact your enjoyment and the property's value. So when evaluating lakefront property, you want to look at what area of the lake that you might be considered building, because some have different protected fish habitats, for example. The depth of the water can vary widely, and the quality of the water as well. Now, we have regular water testing at multiple locations throughout the large, vast area of Smith Mountain Lake, tested by Ferrum College regularly. And different areas are going to be preferred over others. Again, getting down to whether it's a rental property or individual home, that might dictate preferred areas, but the water quality and usage also can dictate preferred areas. Some people, for example, might want to be more centrally located in the central part of the lake, where they feel like the more amenities and the water quality is certainly deep and very clear. When you get off into the many fingers and coves that Smith Mountain Lake has, such as way up the Blackwater, the water levels could get very low and a bit murky at times during drought. So all of these things are to be considered on your usage of the lake and the water quality. So as far as evaluating the physical property itself, especially older homes, I'd recommend a thorough inspection for an existing home that's older. You want to look for signs on a lake house for dampness or erosion. Those are common issues that affect lakefront property. So, down by the shoreline, if it's a high wake area, then you could encounter some erosion at the shoreline. And in that case, you would have to get a permit from Appalachian Power Company that runs the lake in order to put in what we call riprap to stabilize the shoreline. So as far as utilities and infrastructure, on an existing home, you want to check the septic system, the water supply, and even internet service availability. These are essential for looking to work remotely in this beautiful setting. So there are different areas of the lake where Comcast high-speed Xfinity have come in the last couple of years. That was primarily on the Bedford County side, where you would have higher speed and quality of internet, but all of that is evolving, and there is good internet with different providers on other sides of the lake as well. So resale value. Factors that you want to think about that will influence the resale value of lakefront properties are very important to consider so that you're making a smart investment. Lakefront property can be 2x or 3 times the value of a property that sits back from the water, even a block. So you want to evaluate that exact location, and that can mean everything from the subdivision and that location, the proximity of the house to the water, the water depth, whether or not the house is rentable, if that's a consideration, the steepness of the lot, whether it's flat, moderately sloped, steep slope. There are a lot of variations all throughout this lake. Also to consider for resale value is the amenities, the local amenities that it offers. Some people want to, be remote at the lake, and they'll be fine with stocking up on their groceries and not being as close to a restaurant or a grocery store, but others want the close proximity of the amenities locally. So next, of course, you want to consider the condition of the home with resale value, and you also want to consider the permitting issues with the dock and the shoreline. Make sure the dock is in good condition, as well as having the proper permits in place. Next, we'll talk about seasonal consideration. So consider the seasonal nature of lakefront properties, which can influence how you use it or the rental income potential during peak seasons. Now, here at Smith Mountain Lake, we have all 4 seasons. Of course, for rentability, the high season would be in the summer for lake and boating activities, but we do have mild winters and activities going on year-round, so you can count on a little bit of rental income, but we would suggest you contact local property managers for that information, and I'd be happy to make referrals for you on that. So thank you for joining me today. If you're considering buying a lakefront property or have any questions about the process, please feel free to reach out. I'm here to help you make informed decisions as your Lake Lady expert when it comes to lakefront property. Don't forget to contact me for personalized consultation or more information. And if you found this video helpful, please like and subscribe to the channel, share it with friends and family, and contact me on the information below. Have a wonderful day.